Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about the possibility of Ghostbusters 3. So last week, pretty much Dan Aykroyd said that they're going to be moving ahead with Ghostbusters 3 without Bill Murray. So pretty much without him, he seems to have just been too hesitant about it and probably maybe just, doesn't really want to do it. Said that basically nobody wants to see fat old men running around chasing ghosts. And I have to agree for the most part. Also, likewise, my thoughts on Ghostbusters 3 are sort of like Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2, but pretty much Ghostbusters, the original. It's going to be really hard to make another Ghostbusters movie, Ghostbusters 3, and make it any good. I think it's going to be really, really hard to do. Ghostbusters, the original, was sort of like, one of those movies that it shouldn't have worked on any level. Like, it should not have worked at all. But it did. It just worked out beautifully. And, it was silly. It was fun. You had, Bill Murray and the rest of the cast, and Aykroyd, the rest of the guys. And it was just a great movie. It was a lot of fun. It inspired, a cartoon show. Lots of action figures. Like Mr. Stay Puft. This, by the way, was genius. But see, that's the thing, too, is that this can only be done once. You have the Stay Puft, and you do that. But, to come up with new ideas for this kind of thing, I think it's really hard to write. You got to get somebody who's really creative and really talented to write another Ghostbusters movie if you're going to do a third one. Also, the cast of the first one are all old now, so they'll have to be hiring, new actors and that kind of stuff. And I think probably, now that I think about it, actually, it depends who they get, If they get somebody who, like a really good writer who's really funny and can really write a good script, and then they also get some good actors, like, for example, if they had, like, Seth Rogen or, any of these really good comedians, James Franco, these guys, I think actually it would be really good if they did that. Maybe, no, I was going to say Jim Carrey, but no, that wouldn't work. He's too old now, too, anyway. But just, get somebody really funny in there. Maybe it actually could work, but I don't know. It's one of those things. I think it's a lot of times when a studio sets out to do a sequel for the purpose of just doing a sequel, it ends up being crap. If they don't have an idea for a good direction of the story that they want to go, and they just want to make it because it's been so long since the other two came out and all that stuff. And most people don't like Ghostbusters 2. I don't mind it, but definitely it does not have the magic of the first one. A lot of it seems a little bit repetitive in a lot of ways, and you don't have the Stay Puft. Instead, you have New York there with Lady Liberty, and I mean, it's pretty good. I actually do like it quite a bit too. And if another Ghostbusters was to come out and they got some good big name actors like Seth Rogen, these types of guys like I mentioned before, really funny guys, I think it could work. But it really depends on who they choose, to act the parts. It's got to be somebody who's actually funny. Bill Murray is a funny dude, man. He really is. Even now that he's his older age and stuff, see him on Letterman and stuff. He's really, really funny. They got to get somebody talented, or else it's not going to work. And the other thing, too, is just because Dan Aykroyd says it's going to go ahead, they're going to get a new writer and all this kind of stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to. I mean, they've been trying to get a Ghostbusters 3 done for, like, the longest frickin' time. I mean, it's been talked about for years and years, to do it. Not since the second one ended, because I think after the second one, people had had enough of it. But, in the last, like, 5 to 10 years, it's been in talks pretty much forever on whether or not they're going to do another Ghostbusters movie. So if they do it, they get a good cast, they get a good story, then I'll definitely check it out, because I do love it. I love the old cartoon show. I love the movie, especially the first movie was just brilliant, man. Sometimes everything just works out, and I like even watching it nowadays because it's so 80s. It's just got such an 80s feel to it, and it's just so fun. It's got the fun factor. Fun factor is something that it's not easy to capture. Like the 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has that too. It's just got this fun factor about it that it's not easy for, I think for studios and writers to really capture that fun factor. And they really were able to do it with the first Ghostbusters. The second one, they weren't able to do it. They weren't able to get that new, sort of avant-garde fun factor, just with silliness, but again, just really making a lot of fun for people to watch. They weren't able to recapture it, and I don't know if they'll be able to again. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think about it. Ghostbusters 3. I don't even know if they're actually going to, just because he says it, does it really mean until I actually see a trailer, I don't believe it. So we'll see how it goes. Later, guys. Peace.